Hello, wonderful peoples of the internet. I am Shiru Cabra, and beside me is the cheat sheet for me to finally decide who is going to win the prestigious, awesome, incredible, only ever deciding Video Game Awards. I don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? I think I know what I'm talking about. The Game Awards. As you guys know, let me just oh wait. Let me just close this page here quick. The Game Awards. Every year. Jeff Kitley's Game Awards, to be specific. Every year they come in and decide who are the best games every year. And as a gamer, this is actually kind of an exciting time. So, I decided as the objectively best person ever to decide what is the best game ever. I will be the one who decides what is the best of the best of the best. One thing though, I will not be looking at every category. For example, the esports categories. I will tell you right now, I am not a good judge for those, so I will leave those to the experts for who would be the best one for the job there. So, right now, I want to say, let's begin. So let's begin with the most anticipated game. We got 5 picks right here. Final Fantasy 16. Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. If I were to wear my biases on the sleeve, Tears of the Kingdom is the pick for me. But I know that as soon as I saw Resident Evil 4 remake, all my doubts about Resident Evil 4 needing a remake were definitely calmed. So for me, it's between Tears of the Kingdom and Resident Evil 4. I'm gonna be pretty honest. I'm gonna have to vote for Tears of the Kingdom because, well, it's freaking Breath of the Wild 2. I have to pick it. It is, in my honest opinion, it is my most anticipated game. And ever since that game was announced, I do believe it was 2019 when it was announced. I'm trying to remember. 2019, I do believe. Everybody's been wanting to play it. After all, Breath of the Wild was a cultural phenomenon when it came out. It was a revelation amongst Zelda fans and non-Zelda fans alike. It is still the best-selling Zelda game of all time by a wide margin. So everybody's going to be waiting for this game. Resident Evil 4? Well, we'll see. Starfield has a good chance of winning because it's been waited along, maybe as long, maybe even longer than Tears of the Kingdom. But yeah, Hogwarts Legacy, don't make me laugh. On to best adaptation. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm leaving best game for the last. Yeah. Best adaptation, recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. Thank goodness we are getting good adaptations nowadays. You don't know. If you were not a gamer earlier on in gaming's life, like in the early 2000s, you don't know how hard we had it. Adaptations like, I don't know, the original Super Mario movie and gosh, the Tomb Raider movies, the Angelina Jolie movies, like they were campy, but go back to them and you'll be like, you like this stuff? Do you really like this stuff? And I was gonna say, maybe. Don't judge me. Anyway, when it comes here, my thoughts are really all over the place. I know Arcane has a really big following, but I'm not a big League of Legends fan, so I kind of like shove that away. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. This one had a lot of hype before and after. Like when it was released and everybody saw it, everybody was it's still being talked about to this day. Edge Runners is still being talked about to this day. The Cuphead show, I love Cuphead. I love the Cuphead show. I think this is just amazing, honestly. It definitely does bring the quality of the original. It does miss out a little bit on the rubber hosing because I do believe that this was done more like digital art and like animation. Like it's a bit more modern animation, but otherwise the spirit of Cuphead is there. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I watched that thing in theaters and I thought it was amazing. I don't think it's like the best movie ever, but when it comes to adapting Sonic, they really did a good job on that. I don't know which one to vote, so I'm gonna have to follow my heart here. And vote Sonic 2. I think for what they had to do with it, I think Sonic 2 did a good job for it. Best debut indie. For the best debut game created by a new independent studio, you're gonna see Stray here and there, as I'm gonna be talking about later on. But excuse me, I need something to drink to be able to do what I want to do. Stray, Norco, Vampire Survivors, Tunic, and Neon White. Of these 5, Neon White, Tunic, and Stray are the ones that I'm thinking about the most. Norco is one that probably I need to. Sorry if you heard something. The one I have to hear about the most. I probably want to play it a little bit. Neon White surprised all of us. I thought it was gonna be just some campy little thing. It turned out to be an amazing little game. Tunic, I'm still playing through it, and it's good, but it is a little too hard, and I don't know if that is a point for it or against it, but I really like it. Stray, you watched me play Stray on stream. I thought it was a nifty game, great graphics, good story, and you know, playing as a cat was amazing. Becoming Cat was great, but I'm gonna say it. It was fun, but it wasn't amazing. I'm giving my vote to Tunic. Yes, I voted for Tunic. Alright. We are in Content Creator of the Year, and here is something I want to talk about a lot. First of all, for a streamer or content creator who has made an impact and important and positive impact on the community in 2012. We got Carl Jacobs, Ludwig, Nebelian, Nobru, and QT Cinderella. I have nothing against any of the other 4 people here. I'm sure they're amazing people, and I am hearing a lot of great things about Ludwig. Yes, I have not seen a lot of these people, especially Nobru. I don't know who you are, and I have nothing against you, but I've been hearing a lot of things about Ludwig, about how he's you know, he's done a lot of like charity streams, a lot of stuff, and honestly, if any of these people win, I don't mind. But we have to talk about Nebelian here, you know, the guy with the mob profile picture. Nebelian is, for all the run of Jeff Keighley's Game Awards, Nebelian is the very first content creator who didn't stream on Twitch at all to be nominated for the Content Creator of the Year award. That is important in and of itself, because when you think about Content Creator of the Year, it seems that the Game Awards and me have 2 completely different opinions on that. Because for me, content creators are not just Twitch streamers. We're talking YouTube content creators, people like Scott the Was, the Completionist. I'm trying to think who else. You know, some call me Johnny. you know, we're talking about people who do a lot of stuff elsewhere. And the fact that he had to take Nebelian, a guy who's been basically propping up the video games news industry via his tweets, via his accurate reporting. Like, if you saw Nebelian, you knew the reporting was 100% accurate. And the fact that he decided to leave because his news reporting via Twitter was not profitable at all. And a lot of people begrudge him because of that, because, hey, you know, we got your stuff for free and you were just retweeting, and it's like, oh, you thought that was easy? Well, go ahead, do his job, do what he was doing, start looking for news stories, make sure they're accurate, become an insider for free, and post it to Twitter for all to enjoy. Do it. I dare you. I dare you. And then tell me that that is easy, that's easy. I dare you. And yes, this is very biased, and this is part of the reason I wanted to do this, because I really wanted to talk about Nibble and about how he basically deserves Content Creator of the Year. Because, if nothing else, because one, is a symbolic gesture to him, and what he did for the what he did for the gaming industry. The fact that many game journalists reference him instead of going directly to the source, it basically implied that he was the source. And the fact that, like, we think of him, some people thought of him as a retweeter. Then what do you call news anchors? A speaker of news, and they have jobs and they get money from this. No disrespect to Spawnway, for example, but every day he posts a new not every day, but Monday to Friday he posts his news recap of the previous day for gaming news, and those videos earn him money. I say, in my humble opinion, Nibble did deserve what he was asking for. So of course I'm gonna give him my vote, even if he never comes back, either, like, I don't know, Twitter, which is imploding, or YouTube, or any other place. Maybe he gets scooped up by a gaming news site and actually given money to do the same reporting he did before. And also, because this is the first time we have a non-Twitch streamer be up for Content Creator of the Year. If he wins, we are sending us a message, not only that we like Nebelian, but also that we like to see non-Twitch streamers in here. Maybe this is the gateway to get, I don't know, Scott the Was in here. We need more people that are not Twitch streamers, because guess what? Twitch is not the entire spectrum of content creation. Okay, I'm gonna stop, because otherwise I'm gonna talk about a lot. Best multiplayer. I don't have a lot to talk about here, but I'm gonna say this. Why is Call of Duty here? Get the crap out of my sight. Multiverses, I tried a bit. It was fun. It was fun, but I'm not too into it. Yeah, not as much as I would have, like, with Smash, so sorry. Overwatch 2, I know it's popular, but screw ActiBliss for now. Well, for now and forever. So that leaves me with Splatoon 3, which I have been playing the multiplayer. It's fun. I kind of sort of entirely missed the Splatfest. Don't at me. I was very busy with IRL stuff. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I want to say Splatoon 3 because I think Splatoon 3 was so much fun when you are not raging. But the thing about it is that TMNT Shredder's Revenge has such amazing online drop-in, drop-out online multiplayer that I cannot not give it my vote. It has 6-player drop-in, drop-out multiplayer. You can just jump into another player's game and just start playing levels with them. Be cooperative with them. Enjoy the game with them. Not just the game from beginning to end, but actually just play the game. Best sports racing. Probably not gonna have a lot to say here. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say here. Like, no, a lot of these things, a lot of these games are like, I don't know about any of those. I don't know about any of this. I didn't play any of these games. So I guess I'm just gonna give it to Oli Oli World because I don't like EA, I don't like 2K. So I'm not gonna vote for any of those. And I've heard that Gran Turismo 7, despite being a good game, is a live service hellscape. So Oli Oli World it is. Best sim / strategy. Again, a game. The fact that sim and strategy are placed together means that you can see something like Toon Spice Wars and 2 Point Campus in the same place. Wow. But, you know, I am not the person who makes those judgment calls. Anyway, out of all these games, I'm gonna have to say first of all, just as with any activist thing, any Ubisoft stuff, no. Who said no? Okay. Oh, thank goodness I can rescind my vote. There you go. I was not voting for Mario and Rabbids because screw Ubisoft. Anyway, welcome to the Nintendo Award, Best Family Award, for the best game appropriate for family play irrespective of gender or platform. You say that, and 4 of the 5 games, no, I'm sorry, all 5 games can be played on Switch. 4 of them are technically Nintendo games because Mario and Rabbids is an Ubisoft game. Screw Ubisoft. So, which one do I pick? I haven't played Lego Star Wars, and I'm pretty sure it's a fantastic game, but I can't vote for it. Out of the other 3, Splatoon 3, Nintendo Switch Sports, and Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which I have played all 3 of them, I have to give it to Kirby. Because Kirby is literally the best Kirby game that they've ever made. Like, it's not even close. It's like, it's 3D Kirby, and you think, oh, you know, it's just 3D Kirby, but it's actually really damn good. Like, I struggle to think which Kirby game is better than this one. Like, what, Superstar? Superstar is great. I'm not trying to be facetious. I think Forgotten Land is great, but... No, sorry. Superstar is great, but Forgotten Land is just on a whole nother level. It's a game that actually made me want to 100% it and go for like everything, do hard mode and everything. I think this is a fantastic game. I didn't stream it. No, I didn't. I was doing stuff on my own for that. But you know what? I think it's really good and it deserves it. Best fighting game. Why is Sifu here? For the best game design primarily around head-to-head combat, why is Sifu here? Please, people, don't vote Sifu. Okay, you're gonna give me a second. Oh my gosh, I wish I was... Oh wait, there's a pause button. I'm gonna pause real quick. Alright, and we are back. So, speaking about best fighting game, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R, and we're gonna start talking about this. I'm pretty sure JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Star Battle R is a fantastic game, but this is also a remaster of an older game. So if I want to talk about my stance on remakes and remasters for a little bit, I'm not entirely 100% sure they should be here. Like, if a game is like, hey, this is a same game, only we have a few added features. It's like, but it's an old game and it was already released in the United States. Now, this actually can get a little bit of a pass because I do believe this game was a Dreamcast game. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but if it is indeed a Dreamcast game, then that means this game is so old that a lot of people weren't even alive to play it. So yeah. King of Fighters 15, DNF Duel, DNF Duel, and Multiverses. Of those four, because Sifu honestly is not a fighting game. Why is it here? I think I will give it to DNF Duel. There's everything. I've heard a lot of great things about DNF Duel, so I'm gonna give it to them. Best role-playing game. And here's where my biases begin. Well, actually continue. For the best game design, with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. Nominees: Elden Ring, Live Alive, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm voting for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Of these 5 games, I played Pokemon Legends Arceus and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I didn't play Triangle Strategy because strategy games are not my thing, and honestly, I think all 5 of these games deserve a spot here. I have a sneaking suspicion that Elden Ring is going to win this one, but if on another award that we're gonna get to real soon, if Elden Ring wins that other one, I think it shouldn't win this one for a very important reason. Because Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is also on that other one. I have nothing against any of these games. I think of all 5, actually Pokemon Legends Arceus is the least valuable here. Like the least one that's deserving of the award. Like, it's a nice RPG and it's actually one of the best Pokemon games made, especially by Game Freak themselves. Live Alive is a great remake of an already amazing old game that it's the first time that it's been officially released in the United States, so this is why it gets a pass by being here at the Game Awards. But if we're talking the one I think deserves this, is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. The story, the music, the gameplay is absolutely amazing. Sure, it has a slow beginning with how it plays, but I do believe that this is a great RPG on its own. One thing that a lot of people might have a question is because there's a big fat 3 on there. Well, do I need Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2 to play Xenoblade Chronicles 3? Not exactly. It does have wings and nuts to it, and if you have played the other 2, you're gonna have like recognition of, oh, is that theme from that place, or is the name from that place? But honestly, the story stands tall on its own, and that's a great testament to how good this game is. And that's why I think it deserves at least best role-playing game. Moving on to best action-adventure game. For the best action-adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, we got Plague Tale Requiem, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic. And just out of the blue, what the heck is Stray doing here? Of all the categories, I would put Stray in. Action adventure would not be it. Sure, there's a bit of action, I guess, but no. Stray would be the least deserving here. A Plague Tale, I'm playing through that one, and there is action and adventuring, and there's also a lot of like stealth action. I struggle to give it to Plague Tale because it has an amazing story, but I think the gameplay is basic. It's a step up from what the original Plague Tale did, but it's only a step up. Like, and already I thought the gameplay of the original Plague Tale was very basic. So yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to give this to want to give it to Tunic. I know it's not going to win, but I want to give it to Tunic. God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West. I'm going to have to give it to Horizon Forbidden West. Of all of them, I think this has the richest, most varied action portion of the action adventure. So I'm going to have to give it to them. All right, best action game, pure action. Just like go and just for the best game in action genre focused primarily on combat. Like go, fight, action. And why the hell is Call of Duty here? Screw Activision, screw Actibliss in particular. Sifu actually deserves to be here, and you know, I would vote for it if I actually knew, like it's like how much it plays. So I'm going to, in my honest opinion, there's just gonna Bayonetta 3. I've yet to play it because, you know, money has not been kind to me this past few weeks, so I haven't been able to buy Bayonetta 3 and play it. Neon White, again, a wonderful surprise. So was well, actually, Shredder's Revenge was not so much a surprise. It was amazing, but it was not a surprise. I find it tough to pick one here, so I'm gonna go for I'm struggling actually for here. I think I'm gonna go for Neon White. Yes, let's give it to Neon White. It was the surprise of this year for me. Best VR AR game. I am not picking any of this. Innovation in accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward. Sorry, excuse me, give me a second. By adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Because because we had to add The Last of Us at some place. Here is the award that The Last of Us is probably going to win. And you know what? Of all the crap I would give The Last of Us, because why this game did not deserve a remake, not yet. The original game is still perfectly good. But for all those things, the accessibility features of The Last of Us Part 1 are second to none. Like, it is not even close. Like, when it comes to accessibility features, Naughty Dog goes above and beyond, and I have to give it to them. Like, I've heard of a lot of good things about As Dusk Falls and its accessibility features, and I don't know much about Return to Monkey Island's accessibility features. This is where I would love to see why these things are here, like what kind of accessibility features they added. But from what I know, The Last of Us 1 Part 1 has so many accessibility features. It's amazing. That it's amazing, and honestly, if nothing else, I do believe this is the type of accessibilities that need to be copied to basically almost every other game. Because, you know, gaming is for everybody. I have two perfectly fine hands, but some people don't. I have two perfectly fine eyes, even though I do need glasses, but some people don't. Like, we need accessibility for everybody. And I think, if nothing else, The Last of Us Part 1 shows us that. Okay. Best community support. So this is the game that is... Excuse me for that. Game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, inclusiveness, social media activity, and game updates patches. No Man's Sky would have been it the year prior when the next update was. This is probably going to be the Fortnite award, honestly. I think Fortnite is going to win this one. Or maybe Apex Legends, I don't know. I'm going to give it to Final Fantasy XIV because, let's be honest, Final Fantasy XIV has been amazing throughout. Best mobile game. I'm probably not gonna vote on this. But this is... I'm not gonna vote on this. I no, absolutely none of these games. And also screw ActiveBliss with everything. So I'm gonna say this is probably Genshin Impact or... Wait, what was it, the other one? Yeah, Genshin Impact's probably gonna win this one, so screw that. Best Indie. For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. So I have to give it to Annapurna. Has 2 games here, Stray and Neon White. Cult of the Land, and so we also have Cult of the Land, Sifu, and Tunic. Cult of the Land was a big thing when it came out. It was for a good 2 weeks. It was big. So, and it was pretty unique because it was one of those games that had Twitch integration, like your Twitch chat could be part of the game. Then that's part of the reason why I didn't play it. So, all of these games are deserving to be here. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other indie games that are deserving to be here. But these, I think, were the most talked about. If I were to give it to one... And I know it's gonna sound a little bit, not... It's gonna sound a bit weird with what I gotta say with this game. I'll give it to Stray. If no other game... Like, all these games encompass what an indie game can be. But Stray really encompasses what you could do with indie games. Like, a world full of robots that talk to you through another robot. You are a cat that, honestly, when I think about it, does the cat even really care what he's doing? He just wants to go back up. And honestly, thinking about it, I do think Stray has that charm and weirdness that I seek for in indie games. But it is not... It's not like absolutely amazing, but it has the perfect ingredients to make like a great indie game, in my opinion. Now I'm second guessing myself. I think I'm gonna leave it with oh. Best ongoing game. You know, games that have already released and keep getting like content over time. Genshin Impact has replaced the other game that every other game was here in best community support with what was it? No Man's Sky. So best ongoing game, aka the Fortnite Award again. I'm gonna give it to Destiny 2 because man, they really turned the ship around. Games for Impact. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. I refuse to vote here because I have not played any of these games. And I feel that just blindly voting would mean that I just picked a pretty picture and not the message inside. Something tells me I should be playing all of these games and inform myself what is their message. I'm gonna show them to you. A Memoir Blue, As Dusk Falls, Citizen Sleeper, Endling, Extinction is Forever, Hindsight, and I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I'm gonna tell you to play them because randomly picking a game would be a bad idea when I don't even know what the message is supposed to be. Oh well. Best performance awarded to an individual for voiceover, acting, motion, and performance capture. Another complaint I have to the Game Awards. Ashley Burch in Horizon Forbidden West. If I didn't know Ashley Burch was the voice for the main character of Horizon Forbidden West, I would be like, who's Ashley Burch? Like, what does she play? Heck, look at this, for example. Manon Cage on Immortality. Who did she play? Who did Manon Cage play in Immortality? I don't know. I don't know. Again, tell me these things. You should be saying, Ashley Burch played Aloy in Horizon Forbidden West. Otherwise, like, how am I going to, like, pick? Well, I know who I'm going to pick, because if they get no other words, I think A Plague Tale Requiem, I think Charlotte McBurney, which I do believe is the voice for the main female character. I'm trying to remember her. Almesia. She did a insanely fantastic job. And if I have strong feelings about, you know, anything, is that she deserves this award above everybody else. Like, I'm sure Christopher Judge did an amazing job as Kratos, and Sonic Suljic, I'm gonna say that he probably did Atreus. I'm pretty sure they did a great job. But if there's anybody that's gonna above and beyond, just showing a huge range of emotions from, like, really subtle, really kind, to like making me believe the person was going absolutely insane, has to be that. And she deserves the award more than anybody else here, in my humble opinion. Best audio design. Recognizing best in-game audio and sound design. Screw you, Activision. So for the ones that actually deserve it, we got Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, and Horizon Forbidden West. Holy hell, Sony! 3 out of 4. Nice. Out of these 4, I think, you know, a lot of people sleep on Gran Turismo, and I know it's a live service hellscape, but those guys go above and beyond in making sure they have realistic, believable car sounds. Like, I remember just for Gran Turismo 2, was it Gran Turismo 2 or 3? I'm trying to remember. I read an article where they actually go to the cars and, like, record the car, each individual car sounds. So when you have this specific car and you're, like, revving it up, you can be certain that is the car's engine revving it up, not another car's engine, or not a generic car engine. So that's the attention to detail they go for the sound design of these types of games. I'm thinking my first is a Gran Turismo 7, and I'm probably not going to vote for it. So, thinking about it all, I think I'm going to give it to Gran Turismo 7. The only vote I'm giving Gran Turismo here. Then again, Gran Turismo didn't get a lot of stuff. Best score and music. For outstanding music inclusive of score, original sound, and or licensed soundtrack. Okay, A Plague Tale Requiem, I'm gonna start here. Why is it here? No, honestly. Like I said, I'm playing this game, and I do think he has incredible graphics. He has a great story. He has improved combat over the beginning, but that's not saying a lot. But when it comes to sound design, it always falls into the background, and I never get to remember any melodies and stuff, any music. It feels like it was perfectly designed to be background music, and that's it. That's it. That's what the game is. That's what the game score is. I'm sorry to the composer, Oliver de Riviere. If I said your name wrong, I am truly apologize. But it feels that the music doesn't quite pop. Elden Ring. Yeah, I can see why Elden Ring is here. Again, I'm going by what I've heard. Elden Ring I've never played, and I think Elden Ring is one of those, like, we give you poignant music at poignant moments, and after that you are on your own. I do see why it's here. God of War Ragnarok. I have to give it to them. It's always a good time, like, listening to them. Listen to that, because it is, how to say this? They know it's kind of like Elden Ring. They got good poignant moments. Metal Hellsinger, I have nothing to say about them because I haven't played it, and I do apologize because looking at that picture alone, I want to play it. But if my vote goes to anything, it goes to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I am biased, I'm sorry. But honestly, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has such an insanely good soundtrack. I'm gonna be amazed if it's not even second place. Like, it has an insanely good soundtrack. Like, every single big track sounds like it's literally the end of the world. Like, you are literally fighting against the end of the world in almost every single, like, big battle. If there's a very, look, if there is an award for the most perfectly balanced soundtrack, like, hey, you know, we got the big moments and we got the small moments, and both of them are equally amazing, and it just perfectly encapsulates the moments that we're talking about. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is it, and that's why I think it deserves that. Best art direction, and I'm so glad that art direction is not called best graphics, because it allows games that aren't like graphical showcase to be here, even though, as you are seeing here, all of these games are graphical showcases. like you know, in terms of technological achievement. So for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. So Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Scorn, and Stray. Having played Stray, I have to say I do see why it's here, and I honestly don't think it should win. It's a good game visually, but I don't think it should win. Also, if you want to legitimize the best art direction thing, you shouldn't really be picking games that are dictated by its art direction mainly because, oh, look at all our teraflops. Just say. There are games out there, particularly indie games, that are well worth being here. And I know Stray is an indie game, but it feels like some people picked like they're picking it on the knees here, mainly how good well, this is the graphics award, but also it should be more, but it's called the art direction for some reason. It's like we should be picking games, picking nominees that have a great art direction but aren't necessarily like pushing the boundaries of what graphics mean. Like, I don't need games to be pushing a 4090 to its limits to be called good visuals. Games like Neon White should be here. Like, take away Scorn and put in Neon White. I would vote for Neon White. And I know Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is not out yet, but when it comes out, it should be here, just on the art direction alone. As it stands, I think Elden Ring should win this one. Because have you seen that game? The art direction is fantastic. I know I didn't speak a lot about the other games, but it was, for me, it was between God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring here. And I think Elden Ring edges it out because of its fantasy setting and its use, the amazing use of its visuals. I think that is I think I nailed it. It's not just here's pretty visuals, it's how do you use the pretty visuals. And I think Elden Ring, out of the 5 games here, is the one that uses its visuals the best. Best narrative. Where the hell is Xenoblade Chronicles 3 here? Bro. And I gotta say, out of all this game... Okay, give me a second. Now I'm curious. What the heck is Immortality? I think Immortality video game. Oh, wait a minute. I was playing this game. Oh yeah, I was playing this game. I know what this game is about. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, actually, yes. I've been playing Immortality on and off. And it has a very interesting narrative because it's non-linear. It's a non-linear narrative. It's like out of all this, Immortality, oh my gosh. Now I have to think, because I do believe the story in A Plague Tale is fantastic. If I would say bump one down to bring Xenoblade Chronicles 3 up, I have to say Elden Ring. Of all 5 of them, I say either Elden Ring or Horizon Forbidden West should be bumped down to bring Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I do believe it should have been here in Best Narrative. Other than that, Immortality actually I think will take it. Well, I don't think it will take it, but I think I vote for it because I think the way it's presented, it's amazing. Like seriously, go play it. It's on Xbox. It's on Xbox. It's on mobile actually, and it's also on PC. Like it's more of an interactive movie, but it's an interactive movie in the way that interactive movies of old would wish they were. This is the type of thing that I think FMV movies wanted to do, but they couldn't achieve back in the 90s. And now they've done this, and it's like, holy crap, this is what you could do with FMV movies. It is incredible. It is engaging. And it is sometimes chilling. The way the narrative is presented is actually pretty damn good. Which is why I'm giving it to them. Best Game Direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game design, game direction, and design. So, if I were to give it to anything, I'm okay. The more I think about it, the more I'm debating between each and every one of them. But it comes down between Immortality, because now that I remember what Immortality is, I'm more like, oh yeah, oh yeah, that cool little experience. So between Immortality, Elden Ring, and Stray, yes, Stray. I have to give it to them. The art, the game direction is actually pretty good. Like they did have a very concentrated vision on Stray, and they executed it. Same with Immortality. Immortality, like it goes to show what you could do if you don't like oh my gosh, words escape me. Immortality shows what you could do when you have a film and you don't limit yourself to just being a film, and you have a video game but not limit yourself to just being a video game. Elden Ring is just take Dark Souls and just expanded it until it becomes ridiculously good. I think the main reason why I don't put God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West in my conversation is because they feel like expected expansions upon the previous games. So in my humble opinion, I have to give it to Immortality again. I think it's just I just remembering Immortality is just the vision they had for it is just immense. Like, it might not be the best game. In fact, as an interactive movie, it's not really much of a game, but it's a great. It had a very focused vision, and it executed it beautifully. And now we go into Game of the Year. Finally, we're here. This is where I'm gonna talk a lot. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. So it's a combination of everything. So A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Oh my gosh, I think we kind of like uh, we might have scarred Jeff Keighley for life, because if he didn't put Xenoblade Chronicles 3 here, I think we would have rioted. I don't think Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is going to win because, well, look at the competition. A Plague Tale Requiem would be the upset, in my opinion. It's a great story. It has amazing visuals. But as a game itself, it's basic. And I don't think it's going to win. I don't think it should win. But if it wins, I wouldn't be against it. It will be the upset, in my opinion. Stray will not win. Chances of Stray winning are really, really low. It's like even worse than Plague Tale Requiem. I think Stray, it's there because they need to fit the, we need to put an indie game in here quota. Especially after, what was it? Oh my gosh. I think it was last year that It Takes Two won Game of the Year. It's like, yeah, indie games can win Game of the Year. They just have to be, have to have something wholly unique that makes that makes them, stand for the competition. And Stray does have that differentiating factor. The problem is it doesn't have the gameplay to back it up. Horizon Forbidden West, I'm going in order on who I believe should win. So Stray last, Plague Tale right behind it, right in front of it. Horizon Forbidden West. God, talk about the double snub. This game got immediately shadowed by Elden Ring when it came out. Not a lot of people talk about this game. And that's a shame because I've been playing the original Horizon on my PC. And I think it's a pretty good game. Like, if Horizon Forbidden West is better than the original, then it truly does deserve a spot in the Game of the Year contentions. But it's not going to win because of the competition. Number 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. This is gonna be my vote. And honestly, if it wins, if Xenoblade Chronicles 3 actually wins, I'm going to be insanely flabbergasted. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, in my humble opinion, is the best Xenoblade Chronicles game yet. The combat is the best. The story is insanely good. Visuals are like the perfect melding of what Monolith Soft has been wanting to do for years. It's rich on content, and it doesn't feel like the content is just padding. I logged 120 hours and I realized I haven't done everything and I want to go back. And the only reason I haven't come back is because I have real life responsibilities. It's so good. It deserves a spot in Game of the Year's nominations. It is my personal Game of the Year, unless something comes out in December and says no. Or maybe I'm just gonna go play Elden Ring, and that is going to blow my socks off and says, yes, Elden Ring is the 2022 Game of the Year. But we'll talk about that later. God of War Ragnarok at number 2. I think it has a good shot at being Game of the Year because it executes everything it wants to do good. And as a PlayStation 4 swan song, it's a great game for that system to go out with. I'm gonna say God of War mostly deserves to be Game of the Year because it's basically a refining of the original the 2018 God of War, and the 2018 God of War was Game of the Year of its respective year. So yeah, that's just enough. But I think Elden Ring is going to be voted Game of the Year this year. Elden Ring was just a cultural phenomenon. To this day, people still play it and people still stream it and people still talk about it. There are still memes about it. There are still conversations about it. I think Elden Ring is want to be one of those enduring games that will be talked about for decades to come. People are going to go back to this generation and going to talk about best games of this generation. Elden Ring is going to be there, at least in the top 10. I can't say the same about any other games in this list. Like, all of these games are going to be in a conversation here or there. Elden Ring is just going to be the best game. Here it is. My vote goes for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. But in my humble opinion, Elden Ring is going to win Game of the Year this year. I mean, I would love for the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 wins. If it does, hey, Jeff Gailey, if Xenoblade Chronicles 3 wins Game of the Year, I will treat you to a dinner. You just have to call me, and I will send you the best Uber you've ever had. The best Uber Eats. The best, yeah. I'll send you the best meal delivered. Just, you know, make it happen. Okay. Those are my choices, my picks for the Game of the Year for the year 2022. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to say, we'll know what's going to, we'll hopefully, we'll figure out what's going to happen on December 8th. Will I be streaming it? Probably not. For two reasons. One, it's going to be a lot of boredom because the Game Awards have a lot of fluff in between them, and they're not exactly much of an award show. And you're going to notice that when you go and watch it yourself. So also, I don't know if I'm going to be working that day. December 8th is a long time away. And so we don't know. Regardless of that, I think we are going to leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my little excursion through the Game Award nominees and seeing a little insider info about who is actually going to win, because I am the expert on all these things. I have the insider knowledge and I have already picked the winners, as you have seen. Have a wonderful, fantastic day. Take care. Later.